Okay, so we are training lower body today, and I brought the new belt with me because you guys saw in the last video, the one we were using before actually doesn't even do anything now. It's not tight enough. And it just, God, that's just crazy to me. It's just crazy to me because, like I told you guys, my midsection is something I've always felt really uncomfortable about, and I feel like maybe a lot of girls can relate. It's more common for us to hold our fat there, and like I said, I don't. How much I don't like my midsection is like I've never wore like a bikini or anything just because I don't want to be looking at myself like, at my stomach, I guess. And it just, that's why I'm just like I'm really happy that I I guess I'm starting to see what was like underneath, because obviously there's that thing like should always love your body throughout any stage and all that stuff. But I guess I'm saying it's almost like how you're telling yourself you should love yourself at any stage mentally too, like give yourself grace, but also know how strong you are, mentally, like knowing that you are capable of that and like reaching that level. Do you see what I'm saying? So say, I feel like it's almost how, we treat our bodies. Like, yes, it's good to give yourself like that grace and be kind to it, but also you love yourself enough to know its potential, and that's why I've told you guys I've never really like honed in on a cut. I've never really seen my body at its, I guess potential or whatever you want to call it. And now that, we are starting to see like the little changes, I'm honestly I'm just happy. I'm happy with how what was always there, but I never gave my chance like myself the chance to, I guess, see it. And yeah, like it's just it's always it's always been there, with anything, like with your potential, with all that stuff. It's just you giving yourself that chance, because we can make all the excuses, and at the end of the day it's like, well, are these excuses really worth us holding on to? Do you know what I mean? Like, do we just want to hold on to the excuses, or um reach that, potential, or the things that inspire us? Do we want to reach those things? And I know it probably makes sense to someone out there because like I said, it's just you knowing that you have that potential, that you aim for it, and not just like tell yourself, well, I guess that's just not me, like I can never look like that, or I can never experience that. But it's just like the little things. So I guess I'm saying like my midsection has always been something I've never been like happy with, and yeah, I just carry my fat there, I guess. So it's just crazy for me to see it like really shrink down, and that was another thing. I'm like, I should put more context when I tell you guys like, oh, I lost a pound. Like it's like from me staying at that weight for like a long time. So for example, like we were weighing 146 for like a week and a half, like literally just staying at that number. And then I guess I was really trying to point out it's funny that your body stays there, or at least from how this cut is going for me, like stays in the number and then loses like a whole pound the next, you know, day. Instead of it slowly going down, it just loses like a whole pound. So I should have put more context in that, because I'm just like, yeah, we're not losing a pound every day or something. Because I think it almost sounded like that. But no, it's just from us holding that number for like a while, and then it's just like, oh, then we lost a pound, like from it being like almost a week to 2 weeks, and then it just like dramatically like loses a pound instead of it going gradually. So I just wanted to put it like, I thought that was funny, so that's why like I brought that up. But I should have put more context in that, and that's kind of how it's been going for the cut. It's like we stay at a number for a good week and a half, and then we drop weight. So uh, that's how that's been going. So technically, we did drop weight this morning, but it's from us weighing the same for like a week or so. So we did drop that weight. So I guess I'm saying how the cut's going, it holds on to, like, it just stays steady, and then later we just drop a pound. Usually that's how it's been going. So happy with that because we are at, wait, see, I can't even keep up with the numbers. I do have a log, and I just put it down on there because now I'm just like, wait, did I see? I think it was 143.8. And for those that started from the beginning, we started at 180. So that's it's a, yeah, a long ways, a long journey that we've been doing, and that's the thing. Always look at the bigger picture because no one knows where you started. Because it's like you can look at someone and not realize like how far they've come because you're just seeing the now. But what about the before? Where did they start? And I don't know. I guess I'm saying like everyone has their own journey, and that's why you have to just pace it from like what you are at and how it's going for you. And if it's like you progressing, then that's focus on that. Don't focus on I don't look like this person or I don't have a six pack abs or something. Just like, hey, does it look better than what it was before? You're doing great then. Like, keep going. Don't lose track of that. Don't even like give yourself that, don't steal away that feeling proud of yourself. Don't steal that away from yourself. And that is something I have to remind myself too. So I think that's why I'm just like the little things can mean totally different to someone else because there's some people that actually have a six pack without even really trying, and it's probably because they don't carry their fat there, and to them they're just like, oh yeah, I've always had that, and they're not like, it's no big deal. And to someone else, same with like veins, like I don't really have that vascularity that I really admire. And, so I admire it when other people, I'm like, oh my gosh, you have all these veins popping out. Like, that is so cool. And people are like, oh yeah, like that's just always how it's been. So it's just like everyone's different and what they like admire is different too. So, if someone's happy about this little thing, it's because, yeah, like it means something different to them. And that's all. But let's go ahead and head inside and yeah, get started. I do want to do the hack squat today. I know it's always taken, so hopefully we can do it today. I missed it because we've just been doing squats on the Smith machine or leg press. But I don't know, something about that hack squat, it's just so nice. At least I enjoy it. Now I enjoy it. I didn't used to enjoy it. I used to actually hurt myself when I would get on it. So that that's another thing. There are machines that you may enjoy in your fitness journey, and then later you may not, or vice versa. More the other way, because you get more experience and you kind of know how to utilize a machine to fit like you best and utilize better. So yeah, let's go ahead and head inside. Okay, so for calves, I find it funny because this one I do have to like count in my head when we're at the stretch because I'm too used to doing calves fast, and there's gonna be there's certain lifts that you don't realize you do fast. Calves is for me, so that's why I'm like I if anything, maybe I'm just holding it to really get that stretch because that stretch is so important when you're doing calves. It's the most important part. So um this is going to be our last set, and they feel really good. And that stretch also feels really good. Wow. Wow. Oh, it was funny when I had showed you guys my friend's calves the other video. You guys said that it had cut into it, and you guys thought that was my calves. I laughed because I'm like, I wish, yeah, what was I doing with the new program? But I think it would have been cooler if I flexed my calves with his because just so you guys can see the difference, how dramatic it was. But you know, also just to see the insertions, because my insertion for my calf is so high, and you know, it's nice when it's slower, but like a reminder, these are things that you can't really control if your body has like different insertions, even with biceps. If it's taking up more of your arm, it's going to look nicer, it's going to look bigger, but if not, you know, and it is what it is. And I think it's actually sometimes comforting when you see someone with the same insertions as you, and it kind of gets you out of your head, because you look at them, you're like, oh, it looks so good, it looks awesome, and then you're just hard on yourself. So maybe just a reminder, if you don't like something that you actually have no control over, like insertions, and you see someone else and you're just like, all right, but they make it look good, then maybe it's just because you're being too hard on yourself. So let's go ahead and see if the hack squat is open. I really hope it is. So I don't know what's been going on with my camera, but I'm having to take out the battery and blowing it. It reminds me of like the old video game sets, you know, when you think, what was it, like the old Nintendo, you know, you get the game and then you blow it and you put it on. Why would we? Is it because of the dust? I can't remember now why we would do that. But anyways, it does the trick. It turns it on. Okay, so this is the belt I was talking about. So if you love One Piece, then you know exactly what this represents. It's a, you know, I guess trying to act like it's Zoro's belt, and then it has the three swords. Very nice. It's not broken into, so it's kind of stiff. So we will be using it for this set. It's my first time using it. I've never had a leather belt, but they're pretty nice. You just do that and that's it. Wow, it seems so fancy. Okay, let's go ahead and do our first set. Whew. Yeah. Oh gosh. I know. It's kind of hard not to let it get to you, you know, when you're weaker in a lift. And it's, I mean, I'm not totally surprised, but also disappointed or sad. You know, because the goal is to at least maintain our strength. And who knows, maybe it's just today, maybe next leg day will be fine, but I'm gonna have to lower the weight, because that was what, 4 reps? That's too little. So I'm gonna lower the weight. I'm gonna try not to let it get to me, you know, and just really focus on just pushing myself with the rep ranges that I want. You know, I'm gonna at least be hitting 7 reps. So we'll drop the weight, and we'll just, you know, go from there. And sometimes it's gonna be like that. So yeah, let's do that. I'll record the next set too. Okay, so we had 45 on each side. Now we have 35 on each side, because I'm trying to take into account that, you know, my body's probably gonna be fatigued from that first set, and I want to aim for at least 7 to 8 reps. So just taking all that account, we'll see how we do. Whew. Yeah. Gosh. And it's moments like this you have to stop yourself, because I'm just wanting to be negative and tell myself, like, what's going on, man? Like, why are you so weak? uh But honestly, you guys are also helping me be more nice to myself because I'm just gonna be like, I know you guys are gonna tell me, hey man, you're cutting, don't be so hard on yourself. Um, but yeah, and it does help. So let's just give this a solid set because technically I would tell you guys the same thing. So let's go and see how we do for this one. Okay, that should have been 7. But I'm also thinking this is not why I was weak on my last set, but I'm just taking note that I think I'm gonna have to make this 1 notch more because if I can breathe fine with it on like this and sitting like this and not even phase me, I think it can be a little tighter. Just because it's like I don't really feel it, giving me much support. Um, so we'll do that for next leg day. I'll do the hinge a little more, just 1 more, and see how that because it really does help. But like I said, that's not why I'm not as strong right now. It's just gonna be like that. So curious to see how next leg day will feel because it's almost the way of lifting. I've never had that every lift I'm like perfect in. It's like some days you are weaker, and then some days you're like extremely stronger, and some days you're just like maintaining. So let's hope this isn't just one of those days, and just take it as it is. Keep going with the workout, and we'll see how it goes for the next leg day. There's something I wanted to say, but I'll probably save it for later. The music in this spot is really loud, so it wouldn't be the first time that YouTube gives me a copyright. So we'll just save that little talk for later. But doing the hip thrust, really feeling good, making sure I'm really pointing my toes out, squeezing my glutes. Okay. Like I told you guys, I like setting up before we take off. Take off. Let's get going. Oh wait, is this time up? Okay, because like I told you guys, I just try to do a rep, and I'm like, yeah, this is a good spot before we unrack it. Okay. Oh, ooh. Glutes are a funny thing to feel the pumping, as in like I don't know what to do with myself, because if you get pumping your hamstrings or quads, you like shake it out. I can be shaking out my glutes, so it just like gives you that moment of like, what do I do? It hurts, but it hurts in a good way because yeah, those pumps are always fun. But also knowing If you get a good pump, or if you don't, that is an indicator if that was a good set or not. You know, sometimes we are going to have a nice pump, sometimes we're not. But I guess I'm saying for the times we do, that's how it feels. Okay, that was our last set. We're gonna go and do leg curls and leg extensions. And I believe that's it. Okay. This is one of the new machines. And I definitely love the handles for this. I feel more secure when I'm doing it because the other one, I think the handle actually broke on one of the sides and I was like holding onto the bench. And yeah, that just became tricky. You know, more to worry about than you want to. Just want to worry about the legs. Okay, so this is my last set. I added 10 pounds technically because the other one, I felt like I was able to do more. It's always the question, right? 10, 5. I feel like if it was upper, I probably would have just added 5. That one I can be a little more conservative with, but if it's lower, I feel like, you know, 10 will be fine, but I guess we'll see. We'll see. Okay. Yeah. Good thing we added the 10. Whew. Okay. That felt good. And then we actually have another new machine for leg curls. I want to try it out. So if it's open, we'll do that one next. I think it's always fun trying out new machines for sure. Like how you guys said, you're like, ooh, new toys. And I'm like, yeah, that's how I felt. It's pretty nice. You know, like we say, the little things in life we get excited about. And definitely new machines, that's for sure. And then it has a nice little cup holder to put your phone. So when you're just resting, you can change music or your songs in between sets. Okay. I mean, that's not what that's for, but let's go ahead and go to the next machine. Whew. Hamstrings are feeling good. And I say that because hamstrings is a weak spot, weak point. It's a weak spot, sounds more fluent, weak spot for me. So yeah, it just feels nice. Like I told you guys, I feel like we're starting to see them a little bit. And I feel like hamstring is one of those things that you really won't be able to tell until like you're lean enough or don't carry a lot of fat there. And I tell you, I do carry a lot of fat in my lower body. So I am curious to keep chiseling down and seeing the muscle that is there. And we're slowly getting there. I'm not going to expect much when we do the posing. I just maybe that new cut that we I was gonna say found, you know, if anything, I just want to see it easier before I know it was like, you know, I can only see it when I'm like flexing or something, but I mean, obviously. So anyways, what was my point? I don't know, but anyways, let's go ahead and do the set and then we will do some posing. Okay. We're not using the new machine. It was taken up, but gets us excited for the next time we do this movement and try the new one. But yeah, let's go ahead and do some posing. I don't know if there was anything I wanted to add before we head over there. I see one of my friends. Okay, yeah, let's go and do some posing. So I don't know if it's just the contrast with the black I'm wearing, but I feel like I look lighter. It's like I never go out in the sun. Well, I mean, actually I don't, so that's probably another reason. But trying to see if I see it. My legs might be pumped that I'm not gonna see it. But it's okay. Let's just do some posing, get that in. It's good practice. And then yeah, I'm gonna do some abs actually and then do my cardio. So let's go ahead and see if we see anything. Okay. It's funny. I know someone keeps telling me, why don't I ever smile when I'm posing? I think that's going to come when posing's more natural to me. It's honestly me just overthinking my posing, making sure that is, I'm getting that down before anything. And then obviously feel like if I do, it's more fluid, the smiling will come with it. But I'm just so focused. If you can see my face when I'm like posing, I'm like thinking about the poses, thinking about everything. Because it isn't. I already told you guys, like me posing is not something I'm like confident, like, oh, I know how to do a pose. I know how to like, get right into it. Like I'm still learning. I'm still figuring it out. I try to throw in a smile here and there because I'm just like, okay, maybe we'll use this for a thumbnail. Let me smile. But that's like the biggest reason. I just, I'm really focused on getting the posing down because when I look back at these videos, I'm not gonna look if I'm smiling, I'm gonna look at how the muscles looking. See, that one, I think it's funny for me to do because it's like you're doing that for your abs and you guys can't even see them. But, oh, okay. Well, that's more for back day because I was like, how I was telling you guys I was watching some Tom Platz and he was doing some poses, but it was more like complimentary for the back. Uh, hey, actually, just for fun, let's, okay, how would we do this? I don't know. I don't have that much space. I don't have much space right here, but let me try it this way. I don't know that if that's how it's done. Um, but I think those kind of poses are fun to do when it's like towards the bottom. That's when we're gonna get fancy with it. But I think we got something. Yeah, I think we got something. So I'll go ahead and do the rest and then I'll talk to you guys in the car. Okay, so I wanted to talk about when we were finished doing the hack squat after the first set, and I technically failed what I thought I could do and I didn't. And it was like, yeah, like I just started to feel bad. And the way I was talking to myself, and that's why like I share this with you guys because I've come a long ways, and I'm not perfect, and it's still a work in progress. But, when you start to realize like how you talk to yourself, the mental aspect of how you see things and what you can accomplish, it makes a huge difference. And it took me a long time to jump like those bigger hurdles. Like, if anything, let me give context to this, to why I'm always so passionate about you guys, overcoming these things that, that you limit yourself. You start to tell yourself, I can't do that. I failed, because there's so many times we fell in the gym. And each time we can either let it make us stronger, and we can say, let's get back up and we'll try again. Maybe not today, but maybe next time, but we can either actually just let it bring us down and start telling ourselves, yeah, maybe I'm not capable of what other people are. Maybe I can't do something. Maybe I don't have the genetics, and we start saying all these things. And it's easy to talk to yourself like that. It's easy to put yourself down when you haven't really truly accomplished it yet, right? Because you see these people that you are inspired by and you admire, either it be like strength or how they look, or, even outside the gym with any other things, because they made it. They're there. They're at that point where you want to be, but you haven't made it yet. And it's harder for you to see yourself there. And just to put it simply, like, for the longest time, would tell myself too, like, oh, I don't have the genetics to get there. I don't have, that look, that strength that other people have. And, I've told you guys before, like, I've dealt with eating disorders that I let hold on to me for so long because I gave up on myself. I didn't think I had the potential, I guess you can say, to reach where I was wanting to. It hurts me to talk about. It hurts me to talk about because I truly, like, when you're deep in that mindset of you're not going to ever amount to anything, when you're deep in that, there's no other way of thinking about it. Like, that's it. You're pretty much like, no, this is the best it's going to be. And I literally told myself, I told myself I was never going to get out of this, because I wasn't helping myself. I wasn't truly, if I really cared about myself, I would realize I was hurting myself, But I told myself, well, you can never amount to what you wish you could, so don't even try. And it hurts me that I was there for so long, and that's why I tell you guys, like, don't do that to yourself. Don't limit yourself. It's easy maybe to look at me now, like, because I don't know if you're new or if you've been following me from the very beginning when, we're at our heaviest, because we're during, and then now in the cut. And I'm very proud of how far I've come, not only physically, but mentally, because I gave myself the chance to see how far I could go. And that's why I tell you guys, I'm not doing this for anyone else. I'm doing this for me. Because I bullied myself for too long. And I never gave myself that chance. So, for us to see, these little changes and everything what that means to me. And, I hope that gives you some context. So it's like, that's why I tell you, you don't know everyone's journey. You don't know where they started, because, and same with me with you guys. I don't know where you're at. And when I'm talking to you guys, I just want to share things that I know I went through that I thought I could never get out of. And that was my mindset. That was in how I talked to myself, what I told myself that I wasn't capable of. And, you know, honestly, no one else can get you out of that but yourself. You have to truly see it. You know, that's why they say you got to visualize where you want to be and start, because that's when you just start believing in yourself. Because it is hard to believe in yourself. You know, you don't even see it. That's why you see someone else and you're like, oh, they made it, but I can't. That's not possible for me, you know? But you haven't even given yourself the chance. I guess I just really wanted to share that. Because like I said, when I was doing the hex squad and I failed many times, you know, with a lot of things. It doesn't get easier, but you get stronger. And the way you talk to yourself does matter. And like I said, I'm not perfect. I still have to catch myself because I am very hard on myself. But that's why I'm like, no, I don't want this to be something that holds me back. Because what's that going to do? If you are mean to yourself, oh, you're weak, you're not strong. What is that doing? You know, all you can do is tell yourself next time. Let's try it this time. We tried our best. You know, like, because we all function differently. I know some people actually do better. They're like, oh, it gets me fired up when I do that, whatever. But you know, we all function differently, and I just feel like you talking to yourself like that, it's because you believe in yourself. And I feel like that's the core of it. You know, you saying you're weak, that doesn't say you believe in yourself. That says that you're saying that you're weak instead of saying I can get it next time, or I am capable of it, but yeah, maybe not today. Like that, those statements is mentally telling yourself, I believe in myself. You know, I didn't accomplish it, but doesn't mean that's never going to happen. You know, and it's just even the little things, you know, like a set or anything. And that's all that there is. And that's why I just wanted to share that with you guys. So if that helps in any way, I hope that makes sense. And yeah, I love hearing your guys's, you know, stories and stuff. Like I love reading the comments, and I love hearing like a lot of the girls saying that, oh yeah, no, I love having muscle, and I would hate for someone to find that like as a negative, you know, and there's like something they said, I'm like, wow, I very well put. Like I love how you said that, and it's so nice to, you know, I love hearing that. Yeah, you wouldn't let that take away because you enjoy it so much, like, you know, and then other guys saying, oh no, if my partner loved working out and gaining muscle, like I would be cheering them on, because even if I'm not super into it, like I just love seeing them feel empowered and happy. And you know, and that's the main thing of it, is like what makes the people you care about happy, and it's nice to see the people you care about happy. So I'll go ahead and end it there, and I will see you guys for upper tomorrow. Okay, bye guys.